J.Lo brought the and then threw it out and then lied to all of the law enforcement and the grand jury. Come to the front of the room, Jenny, with a Glock. You got some splaining to do.
If Jennifer Lopez thought she was clear of the drama surrounding Diddy's 1999 nightclub incident, she might be in for a major shock. The case may be reopened, with victim Natana Rubin vocal about what happened that night. Reports suggest Rubin is working with federal authorities to ensure justice is served, potentially putting J.Lo in the spotlight for her alleged role. In a surprising twist, rumors indicate federal investigators might revisit the infamous 1999 New York nightclub case involving Diddy, his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, and his protege Jamal Shine Barrow. Allegations suggest J.Lo played a role in the chaos, with claims she may have smuggled a weapon into the venue and handed it to Diddy before the situation escalated. The events unfolded on December 28, 1999, at a Times Square nightclub in Manhattan, where Diddy and J.Lo were celebrating the upcoming release of Shine's debut album. At the time, Shine was a 21-year-old artist on the rise, while J.Lo was still building her career. The festive atmosphere quickly turned into a nightmare, leaving an indelible mark on all involved. The trouble reportedly began when Diddy, holding a champagne bottle, accidentally bumped into Matthew Scar Allen, a patron. Scar retaliated with a shove, escalating tensions. A friend of Scar's further provoked Diddy by throwing cash at him, leading to an altercation. Things turned violent when a gun was drawn and shots rang out, injuring 3 people, including Rubin, who sustained a facial wound, allegedly caused by Diddy, in a Lincoln Navigator, hiding the weapon in the trunk. However, their escape was less than flawless. Running a red light attracted police attention, and they were pulled over for a traffic violation. Once at the station, the drama intensified. Mug shots were taken, and J.Lo was reportedly in tears, overwhelmed by the unfolding chaos. Her mother allegedly showed up at the station, chastising her in Spanish, warning her about her involvement with Diddy. Adding to the intrigue, Diddy's driver, Wardell Fenderson, testified that Diddy had attempted to bribe him into taking responsibility for the weapon found in the vehicle. This testimony added a layer of complexity to an already sensational case. Authorities charged Diddy with 4 weapons offenses and bribery based on Fenderson's claims. However, his legal team devised a defense, arguing it was implausible for a high-profile couple like Diddy and J.Lo to be involved in such a scenario. One attorney emphasized J.Lo's burgeoning Hollywood status, portraying the pair as unlikely suspects for cruising Manhattan with a firearm. This strategy paid off. Despite the gravity of the allegations, Diddy was acquitted of all charges, preserving his career and reputation. But Shine, Diddy's protege, wasn't as fortunate. He was convicted and sentenced to 10 years in prison, taking the fall for the incident years. Later, D-Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, made startling claims suggesting Diddy orchestrated a cover-up. According to Deal, Diddy allegedly coached witnesses to provide false testimony, shifting the blame onto Shine. The betrayal was particularly devastating, given Shine's close relationship with Diddy as his mentor. For decades, this case has haunted those involved. Now, with Natana Rubin advocating for justice and new scrutiny surrounding J.Lo's potential involvement, the story may see a revival. Divorce or not, it appears J.Lo's past might catch up with her, as Rubin seems determined to hold everyone accountable. As rumors swirl about a potential reopening of the case, the public awaits to see whether long-buried truths will resurface and what consequences might follow for those involved.
People was coming to Bad Boy Security, Paul and other people, and said that they were there. So they were giving them the DA's and the lawyer's card and tell them to go make a statement. And some of those people who were making statements, they was making statements against Sean. Yo, bro, listen to me. Y'all heard it from me, but Sean said it himself in his interview. You supposed to be my brother, and you got people testifying against me. Those people were testifying, they were brought to Puff first, saying that they It's what they saw against Sean, what they saw Sean do. The DA didn't even know those people existed.
Diddy's legal troubles didn't end with his 1999 nightclub scandal. Among the lawsuits that followed, one came from his former driver, Wardell Fenderson, who had accused Diddy of trying to bribe him into taking the fall for the incident. In 2004, Fenderson filed a lawsuit claiming the events of that night left him emotionally scarred. The case was eventually settled under confidential terms, leaving the public to speculate about the details. Diddy also reportedly reached settlements with the 3 victims injured in the shooting, including Natana Rubin, who suffered a facial wound. These settlements seemed aimed at closing this dark chapter, though the shadow of that night lingered over his career for years. In a bid to rebrand himself and move past the scandal, Diddy even changed his name from Puffy to P. Diddy! While this might have seemed like a clever move at the time, it's clear the past has a way of resurfacing. Now, 25 years later, federal authorities appear to be revisiting the case. Why dig up a decades-old scandal, especially when it seemed like everyone involved had moved on? The answer might lie in recent developments. In a recent lawsuit, Lil Rodriel, named Rashid Jones, referenced the infamous nightclub incident. The lawsuit alleges Diddy used his power to threaten and intimidate Jones, reportedly boasting about getting away with shooting people in connection to the 1999 case. Jones detailed an instance where Diddy allegedly bragged that Jennifer Lopez, his girlfriend at the time, had carried the firearm into the club for him and passed it to him before the altercation escalated. These claims appear to have reignited federal interest, especially given their overlap with earlier allegations surrounding Diddy's behavior that night. Adding fuel to the fire, Natana Rubin has spoken out in a recent interview, maintaining that J.Lo isn't as innocent as she claims. Rubin insists Lopez was fully aware of her actions that night and played a key role in what transpired. But Diddy has long tried to move on from the scandal, the allegations continue to resurface, threatening to reopen old wounds and bring new scrutiny to all involved. With federal authorities reportedly reconsidering the case and Natana Rubin's determination to see justice served, it seems this long-buried chapter of hip-hop history may not stay buried for much longer. As the spotlight shifts back to that fateful night, questions remain about who will ultimately face accountability and whether the truth will finally come to light after all these years.
J.Lo clearly was caught throwing this weapon out.
Shine was accused of Julius Jones.
Oh, sorry, correct. But so why didn't Puffy and J.Lo get the proper, conviction?
Because their money is super long and people love adjacency to fame, celebrity. People are willing to sell their integrity for $1. Sharice Myers,
She claimed Diddy allegedly used his wealth and influence to escape accountability for his actions.
Through more in the government filings against Combs this week was that tape, the Cassie tape, and that the feds are alleging that he paid $100,000 to make that tape disappear. I would assume that doesn't surprise you.
No.
How much of that do you think has been going on over the past 25 years?
A ton of it.
Okay.
A ton. And here's why. First and foremost, if he paid $100,000 for the Cassie video, how much do you think he paid the club owners for the video of him shooting me?
She revealed she's completely open to cooperating with federal investigators, suggesting she possesses critical information that could expose J.Lo's alleged involvement and bring her actions to light.
The feds or any of this in this current investigation?
I have not, but I am a willing participant, sir. Come look me up. You know how to get in touch with me. Because they mentioned me in this recent filing. They mentioned my case.
Yep.
Right.
So if you mention my case, and they have not added all of the superseding indictments, because they don't, if they add the superseding indictments, they have to add the witness.
It looks like J.Lo might need to keep her lawyer on speed dial because Natana is coming after her with a vengeance, as fans have noted. Many commented that J.Lo dated Diddy while knowing Kim Porter was still in a relationship with him, accusing Diddy for fame. She sold herself to Diddy for fame, one fan said, and now she's playing the victim of his scandal. Another added, of course J.Lo was involved. She was with Diddy to boost her career, and now she's paying the price for dealing with him. She got what she wanted, fame and fortune. This is a hot mess, but do you think J.Lo will face consequences for this? Let me know in the comments and then check out the next video.